Wednesday, February 2nd, and for the first time in almost a month, it is time for a brand new episode of Podzilla 1985's arguably entertaining. I am your host and moderator, Double H, and we are back after an extended break with more pop culture knockdown, drag-out debate fun for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We want to just briefly take a moment to introduce our category and our cast. I think we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up here in the near future as well, but we're going to jump into this debate really quick. In case you missed our last couple of shows, you can go back and catch them at Podzilla1985.com.
No, you can't.
Our debut episode, of course, was Batman versus Spider-Man, one of the best episodes we've done thus far. You've also got a great TMNT and Power Rangers debate to go back and check out. But tonight, we're moving strictly into the realm of video games, and we're doing the classics. It doesn't get any more specific than this. The world's most famous plumber, Super Mario, versus the world's bluest hedgehog, Sonic. It's going down, and we promised you that we would have a very special guest for this episode. So I'm going to start right there. I'm going to jump ahead to Sonic here. When we said we were doing this category, there was only one person who I knew would absolutely defend him to the death, and that is returning to PC85 for the first time in way too long.
10 years.
Mandy Kennedy is back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? I'm back.
We're so glad to have you back here, especially for this particular show, because I knew this was going to be necessary. Nobody else was going to be able to do it.
It felt good. It was like my calling. I was like talking to Jesse, and I was like, "Man, I need to come back." And he's like, "Oh, this show was made for you." So I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
The unenviable task, though, of defending now Super Mario against Mandy, well, just defending anything against Mandy in general, falls to the co-owner and creator of Podzilla 1985, Shannon Young, a.k.a. Human Teeth, is here.
I wouldn't say it's an unenviable task defending Mario against Sonic. That's like defending... Well, never mind. We'll save it for the show. It's going to get rough, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I thought when you said special guest, I thought it was Tanner.
Oh, I'm getting there. Hang on, don't worry. I'm getting to that.
I am the special guest, bitch. Come on.
We don't curse on this show.
Joining us
That's
today
a lie.
In a very nebulous role, which I will be employing as necessary, is the man himself, the nebulous himself, Tanner Calvert.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Neither do we.
Me either. But the good thing is Tanner's here to make us a backup recording if necessary. So
Hey.
if nothing else, we got him here for that. Tanner, tell him what you thought about Mario vs. Sonic before we started.
I don't give a shit about either of these characters.
Well, neither of them.
He's just here to watch Shannon crumble.
He's just here so he doesn't
That's
get
honestly
fined.
what it is. I'm waiting on
wants to
Shannon
see
to make
it
the wrong.
live.
He's just
I'm waiting for Shannon to
upset.
make the wrong comment.
He's just...
So that
well, hold on,
Andy
Tanner.
magically appears in his hotel.
Let me give you one. I'll start with a wrong comment. Tanner's just upset because he can't defend his favorite video game, Assassin's Creed, because the only thing you could compare it to would be like a pile of hedgehog shit.
I just assumed you were going to tell him that he was still mad because it's an undeniable fact that Phantom of the Opera is better than that.
That's true. That's absolutely true. 30, 40 years on Broadway. Hamilton's 5 and out.
Hey, you save it for episode 73. We're getting there. For now,
The show really finds its
get-
voice in episode
Spoiler alert.
46.
around there, yeah.
Oh. Hey, can I say
here's
something
the
real
way-
quick?
Sure.
So if you're listening to this show, that's because I finally posted something. And what I wanted to tell everyone listening is that we've been gone for probably 3 weeks at this point. Here's why. Some of you know, I've been in St. Louis for almost a month now for work.
Yes.
And it has been extremely exhausting. And even though we have recorded a couple shows, both internet troubles and pure exhaustion and laziness has prevented me from posting them. Well, my promise to you is that we're going to post this show today. We're going to have a show tomorrow. And then over the weekend, all of that back content is coming. So you're going to have 3 episodes of After Dark and an episode of Star Wars coming this weekend. So the bounty is
Hell
here.
yeah.
And I'll be back in
We're
Cape
gonna
Girardeau
unkink the hose.
next week. So there we go.
There it is.
I also want to
All right,
apologize
let's
for
get
whoever's
into
in the hotel room next to me because it's about to get crazy.
It's about to get real loud.
It's about to get rough.
And
I'm Hunter. I'm on the 4th floor.
Yes.
I'm on the 4th floor. I'm on the top
fourth
floor.
one?
You have to have a key access to get to the 4th floor. This is the exclusive floor. So,
looking
fancy now.
special.
so I'm really
What,
getting kicked
what
out.
special black and white picture of a kid playing softball did they put on your door number this time?
Well, I think it was kids at a pool, but Matt Gates took it. So
What, did he leave you like a calling card?
he
Like a
left,
sticky note? Thanks.
he's left a note that said, "Going to use this
Oh.
tonight, Matt."
Sticky note means two different things there. Anyway, let's move on. If you're new to the show, which is Mandy included, not just those of you who are listening, here's how it works. We're going to begin the debate with opening statements from both sides. You'll get 2 minutes to sum up your basic argument overall, completely unopposed. After that, we have a grand total of 5 categories for which you'll get to state your case. For tonight's debate, Mario versus Sonic, those categories are Origins first, which is strictly about video games. Only about the video games in your chosen side of the debate series. Category number 2 will be Legacy. Now, this is all the other stuff: TV, movies, comics, toys, anything else that helps define your character. From there, we're going to move into a little category we call Those Wonderful Toys. This is all about the power-ups and the side things that go along with these characters, weaponry and vehicles and those sorts of things. Category number 4 is your supporting casts. This is everything from sidekicks to romances to villains and lots more. And finally, as we always come back around to one way or another, because it's what this whole show's predicated on, it's head-to-head. In other words, our last category is pretty much the who would win in a fight between category. So you'll have 5 minutes for each of those unopposed to make your argument. After both sides have stated their case, there will also be a 5-minute crosstalk where you can question each other and get loud and go nuts and do whatever you want to do. When it's all said and done, a final 2 minutes to sum up your argument. I'll give points along the way for each category, and then a final winner. Remember that the points are made up and none of this matters. So no matter how many categories you win at the end, it could still come down to one particular thing that has to be said to get that win. Okay? It's all about getting it out of me in terms of what the best case is to be made. You guys ready?
Yeah.
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, we're going to start with Shannon, who is defending Super Mario in this argument. Shannon, your opening statement time begins now.
First off, I want to say welcome, Mandy. It's good to see you again. I would also like to point out that for everyone wondering why this is even a thing, why I would have to defend Mario against Sonic, I agree with you. This is the most one-sided battle that we've done so far. And to the point that I found out, I want everyone in the audience and the jury to know that I found out briefly before this show began that Mandy had to hide her Mario Kart blanket, which she had. So even Mandy is on Team Mario. She just can't admit it because she has to defend Sonic. So I want to say to Mandy really quick that this will make this fun. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to scream like I did at Jesse. I'm going to calmly state the facts of which I am certain. And those facts are that Super Mario Brothers is a legacy game. Every single one of them is good. And that Sonic the Hedgehog is, I don't know, you tell me. I guess that's what your opening statement is. So I'm being easy. I'm being relaxed. I yield the rest of my time. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, I'll stop it there then. Mandy, your time starts now.
All right, Shannon, it is good to be here. I'm happy I'm doing this with you. I did have a Mario Kart blanket, but as you can see, Sonic clearly is superior, and I had one right next to it. It was just something to F with your mind a little bit that, Sonic is still better. He always will be better. He also has a legacy. I mean, he's still going just as hard and farther in life than Mario. I mean, I don't even need an opening statement because Sonic is just so much superior to Mario. That's all I need to say. I mean, Sonic is Sonic, and he will win tonight.
I'm going to destroy you.
I thought this was uninterrupted time.
I didn't interrupt you. I was just speaking in the background.
He's trying to sabotage me already. This is bullshit.
Quick, down and dirty opening statements from both sides. The console wars have clearly been reignited. Before we begin these categories, as Shannon mentioned, in case you're wondering, this was the playground debate of the 1990s.
Yeah.
This was what everyone was discussing. Mario and Sonic. Sega does what Nintendo don't. As soon as
Go out
Sonic
of
came onto the
business.
scene, it was that whole deal. And we're reviving it here with what I think will be a really good representation of folks who really took a definitive side at that point in time. So we're going to start right at the very top again with category number 1, Origins. This is the first half of the Cotton Eye Joe set. This is the where did they come from. After that, we'll go to where did they go. For now, it's specifically about the video games, okay? Specifically about video games in their series or games in which these characters have appeared. Shannon, you got 5 minutes to talk to me about the Super Mario Brothers. You ready?
Well, really quick so is this just the history of the game, as in what it was, or this is just games in general, like up to this point?
Game, you can use any game in which they have appeared to make your case here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep, strictly video games. All
Okay.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, your time starts now.
So, Hunter, you said something just a second ago. The old classic Sega slogan: "Sega does what Nintendo don't." You know what Sega did that Nintendo didn't do? Go out of business as a major publisher. They had their own console, which they marketed based on Sonic the Hedgehog, and not only did Sonic receive all kinds of poor reviews on his many, many terrible games, other than the few good ones, but Sega pretty much went out of business as a console maker, despite Sonic's fantastic skills as a video game. Now, Nintendo, on the other hand, you may have heard about this. There was a big video game crash in 1983 they called it Atari shock. It was due to an overabundance of games flooded on the market by Atari, most notable being E.T., of course, which pretty much crashed the video game industry as a whole in the 80s. And who came along to rescue the video game industry when literally no stores would carry video games anymore because it was such a gamble? It was Mario. Nintendo brought out their Nintendo Entertainment System, originally not with Mario. It was actually with, remember, old Rob the Robot and some games that went along with it. And the only way they could put it in stores was because they marketed it as a toy. They didn't even market it as a video game. They marketed it as a toy because video games were so blacklisted and they were so afraid to push video games after Atari screwed the market up. Super Mario Brothers is the game that literally saved the video game industry. You can have no bigger legacy in video games than saving the entire industry. If that isn't enough to convince you, not only are pretty much every Mario game that has ever been made highly rated and beloved, but if you look at the top-selling video games of all time, you will find multiple Mario titles in there, including the first one, Mario Kart, Mario Parties, and those are based on one console, Nintendo only. Sonic the Hedgehog is a multi-console release now. It is on all systems, and Sonic has never achieved the sales that Mario has. Mario has outsold Call of Duty. He has outsold Halo. He's outsold some of the biggest video games of all time, and that's based on one console. Sonic has nowhere near the video game legacy that Mario has. And that's not even dipping into the fact that Mario has multiple different genres that he has mastered, including RPGs, sports, dancing rhythm games. Mario is always the top in his console sales, and that is why he is still such a huge name today, as opposed to Sonic, who, even though I love Sonic, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the Sonic games, Sonic hasn't been a major name since the late 90s, early 2000s. He is strictly a video game character in the same way that Pac-Man or, I don't know, what Gex is. Mario is a colossus. Sonic is just an ant. And I yield the rest of my time.
Okay. Strong words right out of the gate. Mandy, Shannon left 2 minutes on the table there. You got 5. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
right.
I have a paragraph written out.
Oh my God.
Your time
But you didn't even know.
Your time starts now.
All right. Well, as you know, Sonic was released in 91, and it was to compete with Mario, which, spoiler, that's going to be the loser of this episode. Sonic was, like you said, Sega Genesis mascot and success from day one. And my aunt did have an NES. I did grow up. I played Mario at her house all the time. It was fun, but my lovely brother asked for a Sega. And we got one, and we played Sonic. And that was everything. Fuck Mario from there on. Sonic was a beast. So, we just had one. You just played as Sonic, and you just fly through the level as fast as possible. Side-scroller like Mario, except not boring and taking forever. You got to fly through levels going as fast as possible. Shortly later, Sonic 2 came out, and that is where this obsession began, because Tails was introduced, and you had a bitchin' 2-player game. So now I could play along with my brother, which was amazing. And then they just kept rolling out great games. You have Sonic 3 that had an expansion, so you could have Sonic and Knuckles, which introduced even more awesome characters. 3 was amazing because I could pick my own character. So instead of just playing as Sonic or having to play with my brother so I could be Tails, I got to just play as Tails. So that's fucking brilliant, because hell's yeah, you don't have to just play as the main character if you didn't want, which Sonic is an amazing main character, don't get me wrong. I can't even tell you how many hours I have logged back then. If the games could tell you, I don't even want to know, honestly. They also threw, Shannon said you just have Sonic games, but there was Sonic Spinball, that was a little bit different, kind of sportsy-like game. The music was really good. I could never beat Sonic Spinball, but that's fine, because the music was good. But we also they did spin-offs of Sonic, which was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Beam Machine. So it was kind of like Tetris, but amped up, I guess. So it was a 2-player game. Again, I could play with my brother. And if you... so you had to, connect pieces like in Tetris, but the more pieces you connected, it would, drop more shit and rocks and stuff on their side and mess up, and then they would lose. And... It was just really good rivalry 2-player game. It's another game that I got to play with my brother as, brought to you by Sonic. Back to main games, though. Sonic and Knuckles was great. I can specifically remember music from certain levels that still love today and just takes me right back into the time, like Ice Cap Zone and Casino Night. But these... Like I said, these are amazing. You don't even know what I'm about to drop on you, because let's just go to, the fucking kingpin of Sonic, which would be Sonic Adventure, which is on the Dreamcast, which is a system that deserves more love than it ever got. But it was a major, major game for them. It's their first 3D game. And the intro video should have been enough, if you ever watch it, to hype you up to want to fucking play this game. I don't recall Mario ever having shit for intros, so I can't even think of anything, just the music, I guess, but Sonic Adventure, it sucks you in, and you're like, I need to fucking play this game! It's another one where you got to play as Sonic, but you could just play through the game as whoever you felt like as well, so again, winner for me, I got to play as Tails. They introduced even more characters for you to love. And they all had different levels unique to them. So Sonic was your main side-scroller, although I guess not really side-scroller in 3D, but you would fly through the levels, collecting rings. But for Tails, you got to be in, because Tails is, comes up with the planes and mechs and stuff, so his levels were unique to him, fighting Dr. Robotnik and racing him, and then Knuckles, who they introduced, is a guardian of the Master Emerald, so his levels was like a treasure hunt, kind of, fighting bad guys and searching for shards of the Emerald. So it's just different, but still the same great Sonic game. They got plenty of games. There's Sonic Heroes, and there was
Mandy, real
snowboarding.
Quick, you got 30 seconds.
Okay. Shit! I can't even get through. Sonic Adventure 2 is bitchin'. I'm glad I made it 5 minutes. That was quick. And this is also a game I've gotten to pass on to my kid, and he loves it too. And they molded my love for video games, and the series is everything. I guess I'm done.
Okay.
That was fast.
All right. Well, here's the good news. Again, at the end of this now, we have a 5-minute crosstalk. So now the two of you can go back and forth. You can ask questions. You can respond to each other to finish out this category. So Origins finishes with the 5-minute crosstalk. That time starts now.
I would like to first off say that like I fully went into this expecting Mandy and I to like go viciously at each other and like, but she's giving out incredibly good points and describing her love of the game. So I'm going to change my attitude and I'm going to not be as antagonistic as I expected here. And I want to follow up on what Mandy said about her love of it with what I believe is the greatest video game of all time. It truly is on my list as the greatest video game of all time, and a lot of people would agree with it. Mario Brothers 3. As good as Sonic 2 is and as good as Sonic 3 is, and I love both of those games, Mario Brothers 3 is, to me, the greatest video game of all time. It has the most amazing graphics on the Nintendo. It has incredible power-ups. You talk about the music. The music from Mario Brothers 3 is iconic. I still play them at the store where I work as just background music. Mario Brothers 3 is untouchable to me from an era of video games that were way more simple, but a nostalgia that I can never replicate because it was when I was a kid. It was my Sonic 2. It was my growing up right there. So instead of yelling at you,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I instead of yelling at you, I want to just discuss it. So, you think that you have a Sonic that can compete with Mario Brothers 3?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Mario Brothers 3 is good. I'll give you that. I played it. I remember getting the raccoon tail and you could fly, and that was good shit.
That was good.
But it's still nothing to my Sonic 2 and 3 and Sonic Adventure. I've already played those games a bunch. I still rock out to the music once in a while. I would rock out more, but like just listening to game music I'm not playing the game is not the same. But
well, that's true.
I mean, you can also relive the nostalgia with Sonic Mania. I mean, that was a great game in Generations. They all end up going back to those original Sonic games.
That's absolutely true. I love Sonic Mania. Mania. That is a good game. But I think you talk about reliving the past or reliving the nostalgia, I want to throw at you Super Mario Maker, which is by far, and Sonic never had anything that even came close to Mario Maker, where the people who loved the games that grew up with them could make their own levels and share them with people all around the world. That puts Mario in a whole new level when it comes to video games.
Nah, I mean, I never even played Mario Maker. It didn't appeal to me. I didn't want to make things. I want to just race through the levels they gave me. I mean, it's neat and cool, a different concept, but if I want to, like, make levels, I'll go play Minecraft. I mean,
well, if
it doesn't appeal to me.
If you're gonna play Minecraft, you might as well just go outside and set yourself on fire.
I will, because I don't like Minecraft either.
It's the equivalent of it. Mario Maker, I can't.
Glad we can all come together on something.
Minecraft is terrible. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with Mandy on that.
Yeah. I also want to say, you clearly do like Sonic because you've had back-to-back great value versions of Sonic and Tails as your pictures. And even though they're great value versions, they're still representing who the ultimate winner is.
The Sonic games, my problem with the Sonic games was always that, like, as much as I love the speed, you mentioned the speed. I love the speed, but I also felt like the levels were over too quickly. I felt it was like having sex with Tanner. It's over, and then by the end of it, you're disappointed, and it was just too fast. So, what I love about
I am offended that you would compare my Sonic to Tanner's sex life. This is bullshit. That's a cheap shot. He deserves much better than that.
Tanner, retort. Go ahead. We'll give you a second.
You know what? I had supporting arguments for both of your sides, but fuck y'all.
I didn't bring you into this. Shannon did.
Mario was so much better at giving you levels to explore because you didn't go 900 miles per hour, so you didn't just zoom through everything. There were so many layers to Mario levels, secret areas, warp pipes. It was the definition of like
1 minute.
But
cool.
Sonic, you don't have to fly through it though. It's just fun to do it that way, and if you don't feel like taking your time, you can. But Sonic, I mean, yeah, he goes fast, and they give you, the springs to go flying, but you can dodge all that and just jump around. And if you play as Tails and Knuckles, you don't go as fast through levels. So it's an option for you, which Mario, you didn't have an option. You were just stuck going at
and really quick
slow-mo speed.
No, it was a tactical speed. It was tactical.
Sure.
Really quick, you mentioned the music earlier. I want to hit you with one thing. You talk about music. Da 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 da. That's it. That's all you need. You do that to any kid, and assuming that kid's not a little idiot, he's gonna know that song, and he's gonna jam along to it. Sonic.
That is 5 minutes.
All right.
Cut it off. I gotta cut it off right there.
I'll let you have it.
I do have two statements.
No, you don't. This is 5 minutes. We're moving on.
I'm not part of their argument.
Hammer.
I know. I'm curious.
You better make it quick because
I'm curious.
we got all day
I'm
here,
curious.
man.
Yeah. Shannon, you brought up the fact that the nostalgia of Mario Maker, you missed out completely on the Super Mario All-Stars, both of them, the original on the Super Nintendo and the Wii. Both of them are great.
There's too many games, man. There's too many Mario games.
It's the nostalgia of it. And also, in defense of Mandy, Sonic completely was what kept Sega alive for as long as it did. And then the Sega company realized they can make a lot of other companies play their games.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And on top of, that's the only thing that kept the Sega alive was Sonic for as long as it did.
That's true.
I do want to point out that neither one of us bothered to mention the Sonic versus Mario at the Olympics.
All right. So really quick, as
we can all agree on.
Yeah, as a quick retort, I was so excited when I finally got a Mario versus Sonic game, and just like WCW versus WWF, they ruined it and made it not special. So thanks, yes. Video game companies.
Also, nobody mentioned Smash Bros, but that's fine. It's not a big deal.
That's because Sonic is way better than Mario in Smash Bros, and I don't want to say it out loud.
I was going to say that's your favorite character to play in Smash Bros.
Yeah, I'm not going to give her points.
The blue bird.
This is a very close category for me specifically. For me personally, I also as kind of a, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, I also had a Sega before I had an NES, and I was very much a Sonic kid. I was that kid who was like, yeah, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
I don't like this contest
when I got
now.
a Super Nintendo, I was made a big time convert. Super Mario World, I think I've told you before, Shannon, is my all time favorite Mario game.
Yeah,
and it's one of those that it got to a point where I can beat that thing with my eyes closed. This is a very close category for me. I have to give the slight edge to Mario, if only because of the strictly talking about the video games. We didn't talk. You guys are less down and dirty than I expected. We didn't talk a lot about the bad ones, but I think it's fair to say that Sonic has more bad games than Mario does, and I think that's the problem.
Well,
we don't speak of Sonic. Yeah, we don't speak of the Black Knight and that other shit.
Right.
I briefly touched on it. I briefly touched on the fact that Mario doesn't really have bad games. But the reason I didn't hit it really hard is
Mario
because
is missing sucks, but like.
Yeah,
we're not really talking about that.
Mario is missing Mario's Time Machine, Mario's Hotel. Well, that's extended, baby. As I said, I'm keeping some things in my pocket. Don't worry.
Yeah. So for category 1, I got to give the slight edge to Mario here, but this is still anybody's game. All right. We're going to go into category number 2. Now we're going to take the games completely out of the equation. I want to hear what you have to say about everything else that your character has done. This is legacy stuff. We're talking TV, movies, comics, toys, whatever you got for me, any other media. That's what I want to hear about. Shannon, we're going to start with you as before. Super Mario, non-games. What do you got for me? Your time starts now.
I don't want this I don't want to do this category. I don't want to do this category because everything Mario has done outside of the video games is terrible. Look, hey, I'm fair. I'm a fair and balanced person. I'm like Fox News. I only tell the truth. And when it comes to Mario,
explains the picture.
I can't think of anything Mario has done outside of the games that made me go, yeah, I'm gonna defend that. He had a great cartoon. That is iconic. But here's my problem with that, is that everything Mario has done outside of video games, Sonic did better. Because, look, Mandy, I'm going to give this one to you. I'm giving this to you as a gift because I adore you. Mario's cartoon was fantastic, and I loved it when I was a kid. It had the music right. It had the characters. It gave Toad his voice, which I will never forgive them for. But at the same time, Sonic had a cartoon that was legitimately good and was it was iconic. Mario's music is great. Mario's music is, I think, better than Sonic. That's about the only thing I can give it. The toys, I don't even remember very many Mario toys. I mean, it's the same toy every time. He's just this little fat guy in overalls. You can't do much with it. The only thing that I want to touch on, and again, I know I'm shooting myself in the foot real hard here, and that's fine. I want an opportunity to talk about it. But I do want to mention the one thing that I think is criminally underrated, and I will defend to the end of time. I think, and I truly believe, that the Super Mario Brothers movie is better than the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Because the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was a by-the-paint book numbers, safe family film that didn't do anything spectacular or anything out of the ordinary. Mario was so spectacularly bad that it became iconic. It's in the same way that Street Fighter is an iconic film. The fact that John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins were drunk on the set almost 24/7 and they had to drink just to get through filming that movie, I think speaks to its legacy. And if you look at it now, it is a almost picture-perfect dystopian film that has nothing to do with the source material, and yet somehow I had every toy from that movie. I had it on VHS, I've got it on DVD, and when they come out with the 4K edition, which they never will, I will buy it. So my argument is that Sonic is better in this category, but I liked the Mario movie. I rest Mandy's case.
I forgot I was muted. All right. Yeah, we left plenty of time on the table there.
I got
Mandy,
nothing left to say.
Minutes.
Please, someone else tell me something Mario's done outside of the games. Please.
Mandy, your 5-minute time starts now.
Okay, I would like to start off with, how dare you bash the Sonic movie? It's just family fun. It is! Sonic's a family man. He's a family game. Of course the movie's going to be family fun. Damn. Anyways, I know Sonic had comics. I never dove into them because I didn't really read comics as a kid, but I've seen them. My son has a couple of random issues, and we've read them, and they're fun. So, I mean, that keeps his legacy going. But as Shannon mentioned, I also basked in the glory of the epic TV show that was Sonic. And his movies. Everyone knows the original Adventures of Sonic, that first show that came out, and just him and Tails going around fucking with Robotnik and fucking up his plans. And don't forget, Sonic was always looking out for the kids with his informative lesson that Sonic tells you don't do this or that. So, again, a family man. And then, besides that epic show, he had the one with, it was just Sonic the Hedgehog. And they invited the Freedom Fighters, and so there's, Sally, the little ringleader, and everyone else, and came up, again, always fucking up with Robotnik's plans. But I remember the movie specifically because I was with my grandma, and she let us go to Blockbuster and pick out a movie to rent, and so I was like, hell yeah! And, Knuckles finally made it on the TV because he wasn't in any of the series before, and it was just good shit. Knuckles is in a cowboy hat too, which is weird, but something you remember because it's so odd and off the wall. But I mean, Sonic is still making awesome shows. I do have to time travel back in time to an episode, I think, of Nerd Up, where I bashed little Steven on liking Sonic X because he should have seen the other previous Sonics, but I've been rewatching it with my son. Well, not rewatching it for me, and it's honestly not horrible. It's still not the best, and he should learn better, but Sonic X is still a pretty good show. But all of the shows are good. They're all fun. And then, as we've mentioned, the fucking live action movie, which is everything, and it just came out, and we're getting another one because it was that good, Shannon. That good. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the music was great in that as well, and it stuck to Sonic theme. I mean, there really isn't much else. I mean, they're setting it up for a second movie so Tails can come back. It obviously did great for them to keep making movies. Toys, I didn't have a lot of toys either. It's also kind of the same. It's just the same figurines, different scenarios. I do have a Tails plane, and it shoots missiles, so that's pretty cool. Instead of a fat guy in overalls that just runs around, at least Tails had, planes and stuff that Sonic could ride on. But yeah, there's not a whole lot more. I mean, I think the TV shows really keep it alive. I'm just gonna rest my case there.
I think
we did a good handed
job.
It to me, but yeah, Sonic definitely it has good toys. I know there's comics out there that are good. The movies are killing it. And Mario's just a game.
All right. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to go back and forth on this one, so I don't know how much there will be, but we'll put it out there anyway. That time will begin right now.
No, hold on. All right, so it's not all peaches and roses there, because at least Mario had the good grace.
Sonic, yeah.
Mario had the good grace to do like 3 cartoons and then quit. Sonic keeps bringing them out like a dead French whore and parading them around in front of everybody. He's popular.
He's popular and he's loved, so people keep wanting to see it. No one cares about a fat guy in overalls. They want to see cute animals.
He was so popular and beloved, he almost killed Sega off because they put all their money on him. That is truly beloved right there, yeah. And the great cast there, too. Jim Carrey, 30 years past his prime, and Cyclops.
Jim Carrey was perfect in that movie.
Yeah.
Mandy, do you want to talk about the fact that the original version of Sonic was so bad that they had to cancel the film almost and redesign him completely? Tell me about the teeth, Mandy.
Fault.
Mandy, tell me about Sonic's teeth.
Okay, it's still cuter than some fat, ugly guy in his suit I gotta watch on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I'm sorry, that's Captain Lou Albano, and you put some respect on his name. Justin's going to smack you for that one.
Show.
Yeah. Captain Lou Albano is a legendary wrestler.
The Super Show was terrible. I don't care what you say, Shannon.
I don't give shit about wrestling. You know this.
The Super Show was not terrible.
The
Super Show had all kinds of guest stars, too. Ernie Hudson showed up once, Tanner.
That's the one shining moment.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't fucking know who that was.
You go... Oh, she doesn't know who Ernie Hudson is, Hunter.
Cancel her
now. Cancel her now. Sonic.
You all know wrestling is not my thing. Quit
Ernie Hudson is a Ghostbuster. Oh my God! Now I'm actually getting angry.
This wasn't gonna last. I knew there was no way.
I was kind enough not to bring up the fact that Sonic's ugly fucking teeth almost ruined the entire movie. And
that's not the character or. That's not the character's fault, or the story's fault.
What's not Dalton's fault either?
Well, everything's Dalton's fault.
Sonic's teeth never mind. I was going to make some Dalton jokes. I'm not going to do it.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to be nice to it. The Sonic movie was just it was okay.
No,
it was just okay. I'll give you the TV show. The TV show was great.
What movie did you watch, man?
I know, right? You must be on crack or something, because it was an amazing movie.
I agree. I do myself. I like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
It's a great film. It's
enjoyable.
Let's look at the cast. John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins, Dennis Hopper. Let's look at Sonic. James Marsden, Jim Carrey.
Ben Schwartz?
I don't know who that is. Is that a Power Ranger?
Oh, yeah. He's from Parks and Rec, too. He's John Ralphio.
Oh, yeah. Who did Sonic, though?
Ben Schwartz. That's him.
Who did the motion cap for his teeth?
Yeah, who did? Because you guys suck. You don't even know.
Who did the motion cap for his teeth?
I don't know those fucks.
Was it a horse with those big-ass white teeth?
If we're going to talk about graphics, you cannot tell me your live action is any better. That was so horrible.
The live action
And if you were to go back... So in 20 years, if I come back and watch Sonic, it's going to hold up great. If I go back and watch the Mario movie now, I'm going to cringe at every point and not finish it.
If you watch the Sonic movie 25 years from now, it's going to look like every other family-friendly film that has ever been released with no artistic value. Whereas Mario Brothers, despite the fact that it wasn't a great film, at least they did something unique and turned it into something memorable. That Sonic movie was as bland as Tanner's fucking discount sushi from Sam's Club. The Mario Brothers movie.
They're both based on video games.
You watched
Sonic
that Mario
took it
movie.
And made it up.
You watched that Mario movie and tell me it was based on the video game. I dare you.
Okay. Doesn't he go and say Princess Peach like he does all the fucking time?
Nope, it was Princess Daisy because they couldn't even get that right.
Yeah, see?
But it was still memorable.
And she was in love with Luigi.
Well, yeah, it was Samantha Mathis.
Because Daisy is.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Oh, I forgot Samantha Mathis was in that movie. Who was the female lead from Sonic? What was her name? Mandy?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. No one knows because no
one
one cares.
I don't know.
You don't even know what the movie was about.
Characters.
All you know is that Sonic appeared and went like chili dogs and ran real fast.
There was no chili dogs.
Yeah.
I don't do actors unless I know them, and I didn't know either one of those prior to the movie. But I don't watch movies for the actors all the time. I give it a chance. You're just up on your fucking high horse, like, oh, it's this actor, so I must watch it, and it must be good.
No, I
just like Shannon.
I watched it. I watched it because it at least had an artistic vision, and it wasn't just slapped together by 6 people in a boardroom that had heard about Sonic once.
You were just watching it because you're a child. And
you could replace Sonic with all right.
Shut up. We're done. That's it. It got way more out of hand than I anticipated. All right.
I again want to apologize to whoever's in the room next to me. I am so sorry.
It's getting heated now, and I like it. Whereas the Origin had to give the slight edge to Mario Legacy, I give Shannon this. He definitely made a case. It's just not a case I agree with.
Well, it's because I made the case for Sonic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta. Well, I'm talking about the Mario movie. I will never. I mean, it is definitely you. Here's where you lost me. You referred to it as a film, and that was enough for me to go. No,
that movie is iconic. Sonic the Hedgehog is just another
it's iconic,
movie.
But for what reason?
Tanner, don't even start because we could talk about the Assassin's Creed movie. Except no one is.
The Sonic comics were an integral part of my childhood in a way.
Too.
And I'm not going to make. I was going to say I'm not going to make a case for it. Don't get me wrong, but I think that when you look at like all the different possible media, like you said, Mario really has, in terms of positive light, it's the Mario Super Show, and then it's just really the iconography. I mean, the theme park and all that. But it always comes back to the games.
Mario had, to be fair, I do want to mention that Mario does have a comic series that I also really enjoyed. I actually have the entire set in a paperback edition. And I really liked them, but they were very episodic. They were enjoyable, but what I liked about the Sonic comic was that it had a storyline that it followed through the entire series. Now that storyline got terrible eventually, and we're going to talk about that when I bring up all these extra characters, but it's still a thing.
That's comic books in general, man.
Right.
That's just how comic books work. So I'm giving the edge to Sonic on this one. We're at 1-1 right now. We're going to move on to those wonderful toys. Now, to be clear, once again, this is not about toys specifically. I'm not talking about actual physical toys. I'm talking about all the extra stuff that surrounds your characters, the power-ups, the vehicles, the weaponry, that sort of stuff. I want to hear what makes them their iconic pieces of equipment and such. I want to hear what makes them, okay? Shannon, you got 5 minutes to tell me about all of Mario's wonderful toys. You ready?
Yes. I'd like to start by insulting Sonic. So Sonic,
all right, your time starts now.
Sonic had some rings, and he had like a bubble ones, and I think he had a fire thing that did stuff. Tails has a plane. That's it. There it is. There's all the power-ups. They didn't even have chili dogs in the game, so I don't want to hear it. Now, Mario, on the other hand, let's just go game by game really quick, Hunter. Mario Brothers 1. You have the Fire Flower. You have the Mushroom. You have the Superstar. All iconic. Mario Brothers 2. We'll just ignore that one. Mario Brothers 3. You've got the raccoon tail. You've got the Tanuki suit. You've got the frog suit.
The turnips.
The turnips were fine, Tanner. They were fine. But we're not going to focus on the turnips. No one focuses on the turnips. Super Mario World. You got the cape. You got Yoshi. You've got what else was in there? You got the boot. You've got all the different power-ups that change in every Mario game. When you go into the later games with Mario Galaxy, you've got the Bee suit, you got the Cloud suit. Mario Odyssey, you've got the hat that he can throw and turn into different characters. Every single Mario Brothers game introduces new mechanics and introduces new items that Mario can use to get through the levels. And that's not even counting, I'm going to take it all the way back to Mario Adventure. Not a Mario Adventure. What the hell was it called? Mario Land on Game Boy. They even gave the dude a plane. So Tails' biggest thing he's got a plane. Mario had a plane first, bitch. That was in the late 80s. Before Sonic was even a dream in Sega's eye. So everything that Sonic did, Mario did better. And I don't know what else to say in here. Like I could do what Mandy's gonna do, and I could go game by game and ramble on about every single little thing, like how many hairs Tails has on his backside. But I don't want to bore you with the small details. I've already laid out for you the fact that every single Mario adventure has something new mechanics, new items, almost always iconic. Sonic has been collecting the same goddamn rings for the past 5,000 years. It was boring then, and it's boring now. Which, by the way, I do want to mention that Sonic collecting rings was just a poor knockoff of Mario collecting coins. So everything that Sonic did was just an impersonation of someone that did it better. And that's it. I don't have to say anymore. I'm done.
Just for the record, it does not have to be just about games. I'm opening it to all media, so if there's anything else you want to talk about, like from the movie, this would be a good time.
Why do you want to bring the movie back up? All right, fine.
You've got 2 minutes left. Actually, you got 2.5 minutes left. So, movie,
all right.
show, whatever.
I do want to talk about the movie real quick because, again, the Sonic movie was fine. I enjoyed it. It had Sonic. And that was the only thing related to the Sonic video games was the fact that it had Sonic and sort of Dr. Robotnik, but in this weird Jim Carrey phase. When you go to the Mario Brothers movie, they put so much Mario in that movie that a lot of people overlooked. There were bombs in it. It was about mushrooms. Yoshi was in it, kind of. Koopa used a super scope as a weapon in the end. They had the boots that they got from Big Bertha, who was a dancer in the movie, who was also the fish from Mario Brothers 3. They put so much of that in there and turned it into something unique, as opposed to Sonic, which really didn't do anything different. It was just the same old thing, just like the video games. Copy-paste every single time. Mario was always unique. It was always interesting, and he still does that in video games. Mario Odyssey came out just a few years ago with all new mechanics and items that were beloved by everybody. What has Sonic done lately in video games? Sonic Mania was the best thing you could come up with, and Sonic Mania was just a carbon copy of what he did in the mid-90s. Now I rest my case.
Okay, Mandy, 5 minutes. Your time starts now.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry that Mario sucked so bad that they had to come up with all these different mechanics. They had to come up with suits to try and re-engage this audience because they were tired of the same shit every single game. So we can start off with there. And yeah, Tails did have a plane. It's pretty bitchin'. That's one of his things. He's the mechanic of the group. It's not just a plane. It can morph and it helps Sonic along the way. He's the main supporting character in the series, the biggest sidekick, bigger than Luigi, who you didn't even bother to mention who would support Mario.
Fuck him.
But again, because they're so boring with their little fire, that's all they can shoot. And I like how you diss on Sonic collecting rings when that's the equivalent is Mario just collecting some coins. Like, you can't make that an argument when Mario does the same thing. Oh, Jesus. Lucky I somehow held my tongue on your bullshit 5-minute rant. Also, with supporting roles always gave Sonic, 2-player routes, which I guess you sadly didn't get to play 2-player games. But that was a pretty big thing. Oh, let's see. How else can I crush you in this toy world and whatnot? And the power-up. So he did have a water bubble, because he also had levels where you had to swim and go through water. He had the lightning shield that helped collect surrounding rings around him. There was a fire one to keep, took the hit instead of Sonic. Sonic, could do a spin dash as well, kind of like a power-up, but he could also go supersonic. He also had the invincibility, which I guess is equivalent to your cute star that hops around. Oh, gosh. What else? I mean, I already feel like I've crushed you far enough that it's hard to come up with other things that, aren't crushing you further. Let's see. So you said it's not just toy. You said movies, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about media-wise. Just anything that kind of makes them who they are.
Yeah. I really don't have a lot. I mean, Sonic is self-explanatory, doesn't need a lot of advertising. He's popular. Everyone's going to go watch it. Oh, Flynn, what? I don't know. Yeah. I wasn't as prepared for this one, I guess. Hello, Flynn. But, I mean, he has a million supporting characters. I mean, they also came up with Shadow for a main villain that everyone loves, and he has Knuckles as a rivalry.
Save those for the next one, because we got a whole
separate
category.
We'll talk plenty about Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot of... Oh no.
Oh yeah, the other category is supporting roles, isn't it? Okay, I'm getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, this is all about stuff. Just stuff that makes them who they are.
Stuff. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sonic is number one. I'll rest my case there.
All right. 5 minutes, crosstalk, your beatdown starts now.
Yeah, Shannon.
The fact that you couldn't even get through 30 seconds of it because you know that Sonic was ill-equipped for this category.
He's not ill-equipped. I'm just ill-prepared. But I mean,
no.
better. Every point you had contradicted with what Mario does.
No, you specifically said how I can't make the comparison between the rings and the coins when Mario does the same thing. Yeah, the point is Mario did it first. The fact is that Sonic copied Mario's mechanic because they needed to compete.
Made it better.
How did he? What? Because you got...
Just made it better.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
It's more fun. The music's better. The characters are better.
Oh, we'll save the characters.
We'll
talk about Big the Cat here in a little bit. Don't worry. When it there's no comparison to playing a Mario Brothers game. You hit that coin block, you get that item, and it makes you feel powerful. Every single coin block, every single power-up gives you something different. Sonic, you've got Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's a great band, but it makes for a boring mechanic in video games.
It's always the mushroom that fucking runs off, and you gotta jump into the pit and die to get it, and then just die anyways.
Well, that's because you have challenge in the Mario games, unlike Sonic, where you could just have Tails' ass fly over there, and if he dies, who cares? Because he's apparently immortal like Jesus.
Sorry they were smart enough to come up with that.
No, Mario had to stand on his own. He didn't have someone there to literally hold his hand and fly over the levels. Mario had to get his own damn tail and fly over the levels. But the tail was something that he could get because Mario has variety. Does Sonic have variety? Other than its roster of characters, which I will be touching on next. Don't worry.
We'll be touching on. I mean, the games are different. If you look at Knuckles Chaotic, that's a whole different game in itself than just the standard Sonic. Like I said,
that's true. They had a bungee cord. They had a bungee cord attached two of the characters together. You couldn't get very far without the other one bungeeing it back. Sonic Knuckles Chaotix is terrible. You know, I tracked down a 32X just so I could play Knuckles Chaotix. I spent so much money to get it. And then when I played it, it was crusty. I pulled the cigarette out and I said, what the hell was that?
No, it was fun.
Tell me about
You're just shitting on it because you have to right now.
I thought you were just describing the game as crusty, not saying that you were crusty like Krusty's mom.
Tell me about
where'd you get that game from if it was crusty?
Mandy, I want to hear about the mechanics from Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom?
Yeah.
I didn't play that one.
That's
on the Game Boy, right? I didn't play the Game Boy.
No, that was the one that was on a couple different systems. It was the one where instead of collecting rings, Knuckles collected steroid vials that he could inject in himself.
I didn't play that one. I was too busy playing Sonic Adventure again.
Hunter, I just need you to call this category now because this is like Mike Tyson versus a baby. So
you're just making up shit.
Let's just cut this one here and let's move on, I think. Mandy,
I don't want to end it until I know that everybody's done.
I'm done, Mandy. If you've got something else to say, keep going on. You might want to get a towel though because you're sweating a little bit.
Oh, am I? I don't think so. That's fine. You can call it. Does Tanner have any input?
Tanner doesn't have anything.
I didn't think so.
All right, I'm gonna call that one. That was an early call on that one. Admittedly, this is one of those categories we've been doing for every show we've done up to this point, and when it came to video games, I thought, man, power-ups, their equipment, this is going to be something to look into, and obviously, one is a little more known, I guess, for that kind of thing than the other, but really, I think there's a fair argument to be made for both sides for having some great little accoutrements. Sonic shoes, like, you have the red sneakers, like, those things are iconic. Even Mario's look, I mean, the way that it changes up with the power-ups and such. But, yeah, I think in the end, I really got to give the edge to Mario on this one. There's an awful lot of those iconic power-ups for him. Sonic really is one where the argument is more about how little he needs them, I think, than what he has. But if you're talking strictly about them taking away from the character, got to give the edge to Mario here. But Again, it's still anybody's game. We've still got two major categories to go here. One that you guys were both trying to edge into this last time is supporting cast, which is what we're going to do now. This is about everybody surrounding your main character, from your sidekicks to your romances to your villains. We're putting it all together in one big category here. So all those extras, you get a chance to talk about them now. Shannon, your Mario supporting cast. 5 minutes. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Your time starts now.
First off, you want to talk about romances. The Mario and Princess Peach has been an iconic romance in the same vein of your Zelda and Link's, your I don't know other video game characters. Point is that Mario and Peach are a duo. You look at Sonic. Who is Sonic's romantic interest? Now, you had Sally Acorn in the cartoons, and Sally Acorn was really cool. But then, if we're talking about video games, I'm pretty sure Sonic's a pedophile because he's always going after Amy Rose, and she's like 12. So I don't think that is a good argument to be made for Sonic. Mostly, I wanted to focus on the Sonic secondary characters because I actually have a list of them here in case Mandy forgets Sonic's characters. There is some, I mean, so for every Mario, yeah, sure, Mario's got some iconic characters. You know, he's of course got Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Daisy, Bowser, or King Koopa as I like to call him because we get along like that. You got the Koopa Kids, you've got Bowser Jr., you've got Boom Boom, you've got all these iconic villains, but I don't want to take anything away, and they're simple too. They don't get too cute with it. All of the Mario characters are pretty straightforward and they're enjoyable and iconic. But Sonic does have some really good characters too. Of course, you've got Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. You've also got, of course, the classics like Charmy Bee and Espio the Chameleon, Mighty the Armadillo, Vector the Crocodile, Big the Cat, Froggy. You've got the E series, of course, E100 Alpha and E102 Gamma. Don't sleep on E123 Omega. There's the Omochaos, Takai. You mentioned Shadow the Hedgehog earlier. He was the one where they tried to make Sonic super hip and cool, so they gave him a gun. And my favorite part is that you said he was beloved. I think you were the only person in his fan club, for the record. And of course, keep going. Maria Robotnik, that classic character. Cream the Rabbit, Blaze the Cat. You've got Babylon Rogues, Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow, Storm the Albatross, Silver the Hedgehog. That's a good one. And don't forget, there was a couple that only came in once because they only had to because they were so memorable, like Ray the Squirrel, Sky Patrol, the Battle Cuckoo Army, Bean the Dynamite, Bark the Polar Bear, Marine the Raccoon, and of course, my personal favorite, Styx the Badger. So, yeah, I can see how Sonic definitely gives Mario a run for its money when it comes to iconic characters. All of those characters, of course, enjoyed great success and had their own spin-off games, like Luigi did with the highly regarded Luigi's Mansion, or Super Princess Peach's game on the DS, which was a lot of fun. My favorite Big the Cat game, I think, was on the 32-7, and it was a fantastic side-scrolling RPG steampunk adventure. Of course, I'm making that up because no one cares about anyone in the Sonic universe other than Sonic, Tails, and I'll give you Knuckles. No one cares about Silver. No one cares about Shadow. The villains are cringe-worthy at best. The reason that Mario has Bowser as his villain every game is because Bowser gets the job done. He's iconic. Everyone loves him. Sonic the Hedgehog's characters are just a giant collection of what can we throw at the wall and see what sticks this week. And I would also like to mention that legitimately in the Sonic universe, Danica Patrick, the NASCAR driver, is a character. And that's all I'll say about that. Also Yoshi. I rest my case.
Okay. Well, Mandy, you have 5 minutes and your time starts now.
All right. Well, to backtrack about Amy and Sonic being a pedophile is wrong because Sonic never actually goes for Amy. She's obsessed with him, and he's just kind and saves her all the time because she's part of the group. He's not ever, like, hitting on her. His love interest was Sally, which is legit from the shows, which I think Sally kind of just evolves into Amy, so I guess she's still half a love interest, but it's a good girl character that actually doesn't always need saving, though, like Peach and Daisy, who are, like, once again fucking captured by Bowser, as they are every time, because they can't hold their own ground. At least Amy has a big-ass hammer, so if you do piss her off, she can beat you over the head with it. Fuck, my dog got ruined it! God damn it!
I'd like to extend Mandy's time.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We're good.
Sorry.
It's fine. Take your time.
Okay. So, but now I have to move on to the best character of supporting role, which is Tails, who you mentioned. He is the main support. He's there every step of the way. The best sidekick there ever is. He's my favorite, and there's no swaying that. There's no telling me different. He is the best. He helps them. He's brilliant. I mean, that's all you can ask for. He did have his own game on the Game Gear, throwback. I think he had another one. I don't know. As a child, I only got to play the games my brother got, unless I asked for them, but I was busy asking for other dumb shit. But then we also have Knuckles, that you mentioned before, and yes, none of their characters really have their own games, but they are very much included in all of Sonic's main games, especially in Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. As I mentioned, you get to play as them. They didn't need their own game. They combined it all in one, so you didn't have to spend more money than you had to play as the character you wanted to play. And then you forgot Metal Sonic. I mean, that's just an evil version of Sonic, which is, you know, pretty main villain for them that Robotnik makes, which is a fun character, and his lasers he shoots out. And then Shadow is cool. I don't know who the fuck you are thinking you can dish him. His gliding shoes are dope as shit, and you get to play as him, and it's a lot of fun playing him in Sonic Adventure 2. And Radical Highway is an amazing level, and you clearly have never played it, or you wouldn't be bitching about how cool Shadow is.
So Mandy, I want to point something out to help you out here too.
Mm-hmm.
My 5-year-old sitting in my lap watches YouTube all the time. Really, can you name anybody? That's it. Okay. Let's see. Let me go to this picture for you. Look at the cuteness. Ready? Who's that?
Cows.
Who's that?
Records.
Who's that?
Shadow.
Who's that?
Robot Sonic.
Okay. Who's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your Honor, he's clearly leading the witness. There's clearly text there telling who it is.
Dr. Eggman.
I want
Dr.
this.
Eggman?
I want this stricken from the record.
Right.
Because kids love cute animals, not fat men in
right.
overalls.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be doing, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow it. Just
Well, I'm just
because.
saying. I'm just saying it's a better supporting cast when a 5-year cast.
Oh yeah, we're really.
First of all, we lost half of that audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are we really basing? We're basing our value on what a 5-year-old thinks. A fucking 5-year-old doesn't have a fucking job.
This is also a lot of Mandy's time. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sorry,
go back
Right,
sorry,
you guys are
sorry,
killing me.
sorry.
So I mentioned, Shadow and how cool it is. You actually get to play in the villain's shoes in Sonic Adventure 2. You get to play as Eggman and dive into their shoes, and you get to play as Rouge and Shadow, which is something else that Mario never does. And then you mentioned Tikal, but you didn't say shit about her and how she's another sweet goddess, woman figure to look up to that has such a huge job protecting the Master Emerald. Another strong female lead that doesn't need saving like Princess Peach always does. And then you mentioned Cream, and then the Chows, which the Chows are like the biggest mascot for Sonic. They're the most adorable creatures possible, and they play such a huge part in the games, especially in Sonic Adventure, because you can level them up. It's like a whole nother mini game in a good game. Again, they didn't make you spend more money to play with the Chows. It was all included in one big package. And, I'm going to rest my case there, because Chows are the perfect creatures to end the note on, because they're adorable and superior. Thank y'all.
Okay. Weirdly enough, it's still timed out to exactly 5 minutes. But now 5 minutes across, back and forth. Now we can get into this open debate. Now I'm going to step out of the way, take the gloves off. 5 minutes, your time, everyone starts now.
I like that Tanner brought his kid on to point at it and say, "What's that? What's that?" Like a 5-year-old decides the value of characters or video games. I wouldn't let a 5-year-old decide anything for me. So I don't think that helps the case at all.
If a 5-year-old who can't read can memorize the characters of a video game and TV series and all kinds of stuff.
If a 5-year-old can't read, why the fuck would I care about its opinion? Is all I'm saying, Tanner.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so I didn't even... We talk about the characters getting into... Tanner, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to talk about your kid like that. I'm just joking.
I thought you were telling me to stop because I was dropping bombs, and then because I had my thing down, so I was just reading off of notes, and then I look up and Lily's on. I was like, oh, I'm over here saying, fuck this, fuck Mario.
She couldn't hear you.
That's good.
One thing I want to give you credit on, Mandy, because I believe in giving credit where credit's due. I never thought about the strong female aspect of these characters, and I think that is a good point.
Thank you. I don't mind Peach, but I mean, damn, bitch always needs saving. Always. What is that showing? That I need to be in a dress and sit around wait for a man? Fuck that. I'm gonna take my giant ass hammer and beat the shit out of him.
Now, to be fair, Peach did have her own game where she saved Mario. And you also said that they never had it where you got to play as the villains. That's not true. You could play as Bowser in Super Mario RPG on Super Nintendo and Bowser's Inside Story on, I think it was DS. So there's a couple games where you could. You can also play as Bowser in Super Smash Brothers, which there are no...
That's not a storyline, though, for him. It's just a character.
It's a storyline. He beats the shit out of people. He suplexes them. That's the best story I could think of. Also, I didn't even touch on the Mario. You talk about the secondary characters. You can talk about the third tier characters in Mario are better than Sonic. Name some Sonic villains. There's the monkey in the tree. There's a fish that comes out of the water, I think. No one knows who they are, and no one cares. Now think about Mario Brothers. You got Goombas. You got Koopa Troopas. You've got absolutely iconic, even small-time villains, which are more known than the major Sonic villains. A Goomba is more recognizable than Big the Cat or Rouge the Cat or Stars the Cat or whatever their names are. You're
negating the fact that Knuckles and Shadow are both villains at multiple points in time.
They were major villains,
and you
though.
forgot
They're major villains.
Spikes.
I'm talking about just basic villains, Tanner. Basic villains that even your brain-dead 5-year-old child could recognize. So, I'm sorry, withdrawn. I'd like to withdraw that one, Your Honor.
I think you should lose points for that. That's taking it a little across the line.
I'm sorry. I get angry, and then I start saying hateful things. Tanner is married, he has a family, and I'm alone, and I'm in a hotel room, so he wins that battle. Point is, the Mario characters, even the third-tier villains, are more recognizable than most of Sonic's extended, bloated cast. And that's not even getting into the Koopa kids and how each one of them have their own style. Iggy, Larry, Roy, all named after fantastic musicians, by the way. What was Rouge the Bat named after? Makeup?
Maybe. She doesn't need to be modeled after someone.
No.
She's her own character.
She doesn't need to be modeled after anyone or, any interesting attributes or memorable moments.
They didn't need to use iconic names to get popular.
No, it's just cool.
I guess. If that's what saves them.
Larry Koopa.
Larry. God, that's such a cool name. Larry.
You're talking about cool names. You've got a character name. You've got a character named Cream the Bat or Cream the Cat or something like that. His name is Cream.
No, her name is just Cream. Her name is just Cream. Get it right if you're going to debate
Cream the Rabbit sounds like a porn that Ethan would watch.
She doesn't go by Cream the Rabbit. It's just Cream. Big the Cat is one that goes by
Big the
I will give that. I will give Shannon that much. My kid one time started yelling at me. She was watching a video about Cream. I said, "You need to turn that off."
Yeah,
She told me Cream is a Sonic character. I'm like, "Oh, that's unfortunate."
Yeah, thank God no one's ever made any Rule 34 stuff about Mario, so you can't even throw that in my face.
Hey Shannon, what was that picture you started the show with?
That was a live action. That doesn't count.
It does. It does. The live action movies are counting. Everything's on the table. Live action counts.
Also, I think your brother would agree with me on Toad. So.
Oh, because he dressed up for him Halloween.
Wow. How many times have you dressed up like Cream the Rabbit?
Because Tails is my favorite and the best
How many
supporting
times?
character.
How many times have you dressed up like Tails?
Twice, and my son has dressed up as Sonic at least 3 times. How many times have you been Mario?
Every day of my life until I lose weight.
No, you haven't. Nope, that doesn't count. You know it.
Apparently, he's the Italian daddy now.
I think we can call.
I think we can call that one. Yeah.
It feels like it's getting out of hand.
Did that make it
All
uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the
what
one.
makes it uncomfortable.
That's
Tanner.
the one,
Not
Tanner.
the phrase "brain dead child."
Oh, he's gonna get something for that one.
Here's the thing. For now, and this is the first time we've ever put these together. It used to be that sidekicks, romances, whatever, were like one category and villains were another, depending on the thing that we talked about. For this one, I thought, we'll put them all together, it'll be fine. But I may have shot myself in the foot because I feel like this has become too close to call for now. I'm going to have to revisit this one with what you guys talked about. Because, and I'll tell you straight up what it is. The Sonic sidekicks, romances, etc., the positive characters are far outweighing the Mario ones for me. I think Mandy's really onto something with the female empowerment stuff, and
I
also
agree.
Mario characters are more recognizable, but they're not necessarily as cool.
Agreed.
But the villains, Shannon's got a really good argument that the Mario villains are a lot more, not just iconic, but more. There's just more. I don't know a better way to say it. So I'm kind of splitting it down the middle right now on that one. We'll revisit that. So I'm holding that one in abeyance for right now. It's too close to call. We'll come back to it. Which is tough this late in the game because it's very, very close, and we're down to the final major category, which is the head-to-head. Now, this is where the gloves come off. This is where everything's on the table, every version of the character, every scenario you can imagine. It can be inside. It can be for a video game, a movie, whatever. It doesn't matter who's writing the story, who's in charge. It's all down to Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, head-to-head, who wins in a fight. All right? Shannon, you've got 5 minutes to make your case for why Mario is the one who takes this fight. Are you ready?
Is this a one-on-one fight, or is this all
It
things
is
considered?
however you want to frame it.
No.
I am putting no... You guys can do it however you want. I'm putting no descriptor on it.
Well, boy, I don't like that because there's about 9 million side characters for Sonic that could gang up on Mario. And that's just...
I mean, the main thing being that it's these two characters who wins in a fight. You frame it however you want. If you say, it's just the two, that's totally up to you. You do it however you want.
Okay.
Make the case for why Mario wins this fight. That's your goal here.
All right.
All right, your time starts now.
Let's start with the easy scenario. If Mario has access to his box of toys and Mario gets his hand on a Power Star, that's it. He's literally invincible. There is literally nothing that can hurt him. So Sonic and all of his characters would have absolutely no chance because they couldn't do anything to him. In fact, you could do that with just about any of the different power-ups that Mario has access to. He could hit a fire flower and literally torch everybody. He could have his little hat. He could throw it. He could literally throw the hat on Big the Cat's head, turn into Big the Cat, and then rip Sonic apart piece by piece. Mario has all, like Ernie Hudson, who Mandy brought up earlier, he's got the tools, he's got the talent to win any fight, and that's why Mario has never lost. But I really have a problem with how many side characters that Mandy could throw at Mario in this case. So I'm going to I'm going to cling real hard to that Power Star because that is the best chance that I got. And I know Mandy's going to bring up Super Sonic. Super Sonic is, that's the immovable. What is it, Hunter? It's the irresistible force.
Unstoppable force and the immovable object.
Yeah, that's going to be a draw in my opinion. So this is probably always my least favorite category just because there are too many scenarios that my stupid anxiety-ridden brain thinks of, and I can't pick one to focus on to say Mario or would win in this particular case because I can see it from every single angle, and I don't know. I don't like my chances in this. So, Power Star, and I'm gonna give up my time to Mandy because I really have nothing else to say on this subject.
Okay.
I know
Mandy,
it's
you got 5 minutes.
shooting myself in the foot, but like I seriously no idea.
You had
All
your
right,
5 minutes.
No, I had a
his
minute.
two, and he gave the
I had
other
a
3
minute.
away.
I know. I mean,
All right, here we go.
you do have the star, but I mean, Sonic has the invincibility as well. So it's that I guess could make it an even fight if the Rolt's invincible. But as you have stated, Supersonic. I mean, Sonic doesn't even need Supersonic to beat Mario, though, because he is quicker and more agile than Mario. So even that right there, even if Mario was shooting some fireballs, Sonic would dodge all of them or kick them right back at him. I mean, he goes head-to-head with Robotnik, which is shooting missiles and everything else under the sun. I think he can take Mario and his little fireballs. Even with Mario having the raccoon tail to fly, Sonic would still be able to spring right up and knock Mario down. He's just all around more powerful on a one-on-one fight. If you want to bring in side characters, I mean, you're still going to lose because all of Mario's people... Luigi, again, just shoots fireballs as well. You would have Tails to either help Sonic fly or give him a ride on the plane and shoot down Mario. Like, there's not... You lose. You're just puny plumbing boys versus
Puny
speedy...
plumbing boys. That's the name of the game now.
Yeah, I got to head to the group chat real quick
Yeah.
and name somebody.
Yeah. Puny plumbing boys.
You're welcome. I just can't even go. It's a win. Like, you cannot lose to Mario. Just loses. Like, he cannot win against Sonic. I see your superstar, and that only lasts for so long. So even if their invincibilities were at the same time, your star would run out, and we'd still be stronger, faster, and more agile to take you down. I'll leave it at that.
I have a counter
Let's
argument.
argue.
Okay. Man, this is so quick. Yeah, 5 minutes. Everything is on the table. Remember, this is your last chance to crosstalk because after this, you get a 2-minute closing statement, and that's it. So 5 minutes. Take the gloves off and go nuts. Your time starts now.
So I just thought of something, an argument against your supersonic thing. The fact that Mario finds a star every 5 feet in a Mario Brothers level, and even though it only lasts like 15 seconds... you literally have to collect all the Chaos Emeralds to become supersonic. And that takes like hours. So Sonic would be trying to collect these things while Mario is just bombarding his ass with nonstop fire flowers, and Luigi's got his little ghost sucker. He's sucking Sonic off. And then Sonic
meant to say it that way.
And Sonic has to he has to get into all the little secret levels to get all the secret Chaos Emeralds. It takes too long. Otherwise, he's just roadkill on the side of the road. He's a run-over hedgehog.
As I already said, that he doesn't even need to be supersonic because he's so much faster than Mario. It takes you a day and a half to shoot a fireball. Sonic would already be up in your face, knocking your ass out.
A day and a half.
Plus, he has all the million main character or side characters to go collect the Chaos Emeralds for him. He don't need to do it.
Oh, so you're saying he ain't man enough to do his own work?
He doesn't have to if he's kicking Mario's ass in the meantime without the Chaos Emeralds.
Yoshi would literally lick Sonic and eat him. He would eat Sonic, and then he would poop him out, and he would be an egg.
No, it's too slow.
As I say, and plus if Mario's going for those star chances he had to get... Cut him off.
That is.
I don't know what you just said.
I have no idea, Tanner. You're getting like one word in every time. So
all I heard was something blank, and then cut him off.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
It was like one of those bits for Wayne's World where the plane goes over, and when it's gone, he's like, and then you gotta find a doctor to pull it out again.
What I'm saying is, if Mario's constantly trying to go for those stars, how the hell is he going to get to them if Sonic cuts him off because he's so fast? Mm-hmm. What if Mario can't get to those stars? Then he's screwed.
Look,
Mario's got to go and try and find the blocks with the stars in them. So it's not like he...
It's very well known that Sonic has been written as a more powerful character. Like,
because he is.
That's like, I mean, Mario is literally a plumber from Brooklyn that got sucked into a warp pipe. And Sonic was written as an overpowered Superman-style character with super speed, and like that's an unfair fight to begin with. So
that's not Sonic's fault. He was born great.
He wasn't born great. He was created great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who was born great. Mario. When he was Captain Lou Albano.
No, he was not.
This is an unfair argument.
That was it.
Yeah.
He was great. No,
No,
he's
he's
not.
not.
All right, thanks for coming, guys.
You cannot win. There is no timeline or world where Mario can beat Sonic.
There's still 2 minutes for this, by the way.
Oh my God!
I mean, if you guys are done, we're good. I just wanted to put it out there.
Shannon knows. Shannon is just trying to cling to anything possible, and he's slipping in the quicksand because there's nothing for Mario to win.
I've got nothing to cling to because I'm literally trying to think of any Mario suit that makes him exceptionally overpowered. Other than the Power Star, because everything else, like it's the same reason that they had to basically take Quicksilver out of the X-Men movies every time, because when you run faster than the speed of light, there's not much that can hurt you, and unfortunately,
your own mind, because you live your life in darkness.
You live in darkness. The only way that Mario can beat Sonic is if Sonic kills himself. Maybe Sonic is depressed and Sonic takes his own life. I don't know.
Sonic sees Tony the Tiger getting upset about people drawing stuff about him on the internet and goes, "That's cute."
This isn't a great fight for me because this is Quicksilver versus like I don't know who's a terrible superhero with like Hawkeye. Quicksilver versus Hawkeye.
Oh,
that's not a good fight. No, that's not even a comparison because at least Hawkeye has bow and arrows. It's more like Quicksilver versus the Incredible Hulk's friend Barry, who's just standing there working on the toilet. So yeah, I don't have much here.
Yeah, I wish normally I have like some insightful stuff to add here. I'm just gonna give that one to Sonic. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
I mean, the theme song for the freaking show, the best version of the show said it. He's the fastest thing alive.
He's the fastest thing alive.
If you would have gave it to Mario, I would have logged off this bitch right now and went to Shannon's and beat his ass.
Meanwhile, Mario's theme song was literally "Do the Mario," and he just shakes his ass.
Yeah,
so
he's just dancing. Get down. All right. So at this point, it's 2-2 with one category I've yet to make a call on, which means it's literally down to the freaking line. I'm going to give you 2 minutes as a final way to wrap this up. You have 2 minutes to say anything left that you have to say about this debate. It is totally unopposed, no interruptions. Shannon, we're going to start with you. Plead your final case, all right? That time is going to start right now.
I am jockeying for a draw, to be honest with you, because I agree with what you said earlier, and I agree with what Mandy said earlier, that the Mario supporting characters are weak, and the Sonic enemies are weak. So I think you've got a half and half. I think this could be the very first split decision, in this show's history. I don't see any way that you can convince me that Sonic's bad guys are in any way comparable to Mario's bad guys. It's just impossible. In the same way that there's no way Mario can beat Sonic, I'll give that to you. I agreed. There's no way that Sonic's villains are any good. No one remembers the villains beyond the big three, which are Knuckles, Shadow, and Eggman. And I'll give you Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic's pretty badass. But Mario has a much bigger roster of villains. And Hunter, you said more. Not just more in terms of the volume of them, because there's way more, but just in the way that they are iconic, the way that they are styled, their art direction, their personalities, everything about them. I mean, the Koopa Troopas and people like that were so good, they even made them main characters in some of the spin-offs, like the sports games and the racing games and stuff. So all of the Mario villains are, again, superior to Sonic's. But I will also give Mandy the bid that her supporting characters, especially like women empowerment and stuff, I can't touch it. So I think this is a hard decision. I'm going to be fully honest with you. That's my time.
Okay. Mandy, 2 minutes. Wrap this thing up. The time begins now.
Okay. It's a close call for sure. I still think Sonic is superior. I mean, Mario is a good classic retro video game thing, but I think Sonic has more female characters with strong leads. Eggman is one of the main villains. I forgot myself to mention Chaos, who is a very main character in Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. But yeah, I mean, there's Shadow and Rouge and those Metal Sonic. So, I mean, I don't think you need a bunch more. You have the iconic characters. And yeah, you have the Goombas, but it's just the same little thing that walks back and forth, back and forth. It didn't do anything. The Sonic villains actually fight and attack you to make it more challenging. Just Sonic beats Mario in a fight. We all can agree to that. I think his supporting characters are better as well. Sure, he's had a couple bad games, but bounced right back and has a million better games, more fun games to, make up for those few bad games that came out. And then the movies, I mean, Sonic is still going strong with the TV series going on, the comics. I think there was new ones. Like I said, I still haven't been into the comics much. But the movie, like I said, the second one's coming out. It's doing real well. It's clearly still a very popular character. Kind of lost train of thought because I think Sonic is number one. But both are great, that's for sure.
It's true.
But I stand by my point that Sonic has the more broad horizons, I guess, with strong female characters and just plenty of other different fun characters along the way to join the journey. I'll leave it at that.
I did not know that Rouge was a bad guy. I seriously
she's
didn't.
like everyone's bad guy, though. Like, she's not even really with Eggman a lot either because she wants the Chaos Emeralds for herself. So she's kind of like an independent bad guy sometimes.
And Mandy mentioned Chaos, and I had forgotten. I was going to quit. You have some strong feelings about Chaos, don't you?
I fucking hate Chaos. I came to fucking kill Chaos.
Good thing I just brought it up now where he doesn't have time.
Call me. My name is Jack Garland.
Jack Garland. All right. Well, guys, this, much like the last time Shannon was on the show, this is a very, very difficult decision for me. You guys made some really, really great arguments along the way for both characters, for each category. There were a couple that were a little foregone by the time it was over, but certainly there were a lot of really strong, good cases made. And like Shannon said, this is about as close, I think, as I've ever gotten to saying, you know what, it's a draw. But I promised myself when we started this show, we would not end any of them on a draw. There has to be a winner. And for today, the winner is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, yes, it's glorious. It's number one. Good game, Shannon.
I think I should stop doing this show because I spend so much of my time complimenting the opponents.
No, I was going to say.
I appreciate you.
I think that this is, honestly, even though it got a little wild at times, this is the most civil debate that we've had yet. It's also the most, like, I was a little worried that you guys were going to consistently just fall back on numbers and such, and I love that kind of thing, but I like there to be a good blend of, like, yes, here are the numbers and here's what they sold and all that, but also here's why I love it. Here's why I think this is important. Because, again, this show is not meant to just be, statistics and data. I want it to be a little bit of everything, and you guys did a really good job of bringing all of that together as one big deal. At the end of the day, this was so very close that I had I tried my best not to fall back on my own personal opinions. But again, I was a Sonic kid before I was a Mario kid. And everything that Mandy mentioned was a way of reminding me, like, how much those first few games where there's no dialogue, nobody says anything, and just the visuals, and you're really just immersed in what's going on in this world. You just kind of have to go on the what's happening on the screen. I love Mario, and I always will, but I also love Sonic, and I always will, and I think this time around, I'm just reminded of how much I was obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog as a kid. This is why there was that time in the 90s where Sonic was on top.
So this was biased from the beginning. Okay.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'll say this.
I know the feeling.
Hey, you just did a bad job. No, don't.
I'll take it because going into that was nerve-wracking, and I didn't know what to really go in with, like statistics or love for this. So, I mean, I'm glad it was fun for sure. I'm surprised I won. I know I had some points, but like for one, I don't really debate anyways. I'll just be like,
Right.
yeah, or no, you suck. That's like, I'm not gonna, lecture everything. So this is a new experience in general, but it was a lot of fun, especially like that is my childhood favorite. Tail's my favorite video game character of anything. Yeah. I mean,
I came into this fully expecting to like 100% assault you verbally. Like I seriously, because I know you, so I'm like, Mandy's gonna come out like a Spitfire. She's gonna attack me. So I messaged Hunter during this after the first round, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to switch my strategy because I thought we were just gonna go fisticuffs, and she's being like really analytical and polite, and now I don't want to just like. I don't want to go into full Shannon mode and just be a dick, so...
I didn't know that I should have been attacking it. I thought I was just defending my side. I mean, sure, saying like, you suck, but yeah, I didn't feel like I had to justify myself by putting you down.
Well, I'm just thinking of the first show we did where Jesse and I completely tore each other apart. That's why I assumed it would continue the tradition.
Is that at the end of this, when it's all said and done... we're at a place now where, don't get me wrong, there's a part of me that wonders like what it would be like if Sega was still making consoles and still really running with Sonic as a mascot the way that Nintendo does Mario. But we're at a place now where they're both... we got past like that kind of weird dark period for Sonic, and now things are kind of getting back on track.
They're good.
With here's what people really like. Even Mario. I mean, Mario never got bad, but there were a few times there where it was like, all right, this is not really what we want from a Mario game. And now both of them are kind of back on track with like, here's the classic fundamental stuff with some new twists.
Odyssey is a lot of fun. I played a lot of it with Mike, and it was really cool.
So I've not loved a Mario game since Mario World. In complete honesty, like when they gave Mario his voice in 64, and I need to bring up 64 and how it was like it basically changed the entire industry when it came to platformers because it was the first to go to 3D correctly. But like when they gave Mario his voice, I actually liked him a little bit less. Whereas I think Sonic works so much better when he has that attitude and that voice. Mario's voice has always bugged me. Because when I look at Mario, I grew up with Silent Mario, and then I grew up with Lou Albano as Mario. So every time Mario goes, ho ho, I hate it. I'm going to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's weird.
All right, guys. As always, thank you so much for joining us for the latest edition of Arguably Entertaining. Thank you again to Shannon and Mandy for a great debate, and for Tanner for being here.
I'm sorry, Tanner.
Shannon, we got. I was gonna say we're gonna like a lot of other stuff coming up, but I hate to do promotional stuff when we're trying to figure out when all this is gonna air. So,
well, no, I can mention this.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me just run it by you real quick. So, obviously, I'm gonna post this one immediately following this before I jump on Fallout. That way, I don't forget. And tomorrow we're going to do After Dark. That's a given. And then Friday and Saturday, you've got 2 new episodes of After Dark, which were actually recorded weeks ago. Sunday, you've got a new episode of Star Wars. And then next week, we will start fresh. I'll be back in Cape Girardeau. No more hotel living. So we'll be back to normal. So I seriously want to apologize to everyone that has messaged me and said, is the show over? No, it's not. It's just... It's been busy, and I apologize, but real life it definitely got in the way, and I let you down. So we're gonna write the train, and I'm glad Mandy's back.
We're gonna get it back on track.
It's so good to have Mandy back. We miss you so much all the time. I seriously.
Miss you guys. I'm hoping eventually I can quit my second job, but if it closes tomorrow, I might be able to crash After Dark.
Yeah.
Hey, have you noticed Hunter, have you noticed that Arguably Entertaining is the show that keeps bringing back the people that haven't been on in a while? Asa and Dalton as well.
I'm aware, believe me.
It's great to have the people that helped make this show great back to join us. Yes. So, yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you.
And that's what I love about it. So, guys, Podzilla1985.com is your place to catch up on everything that you've missed and are going to be missing and what's coming soon, including, again, next week we'll get back on track with PZ85 Plays, a new episode of Dawn of Defiance. You'll hear several up to that point. And then next week, because now we're back on track, Wednesday, February 9th, the next Arguably Entertaining, where I can tell you now we're getting real spooky with it. Your next debate will be the X-Files versus the Ghostbusters.
No.
And it's happening 1 week from today. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, until our next time, for Shannon, for Mandy, and for Tanner, I am Double H, your moderator. Good fight. Good night.